The latest from the Gulf of Mexico and what is now the worst oil spill in U.S. history. President Obama is headed down there this morning as the world waits to see if BP's top kill managed to plug that giant hole in the bottom of the sea. CBS News correspondent Don Teague is in Grand Isle, Louisiana with the latest. Don, good morning.
Good morning, Harry. BP suspended its efforts to pump heavy drilling mud into the blown-out well for about 18 hours yesterday. But as their live video feed shows, they have since resumed those operations as millions who live in the Gulf region are hoping the top kill works.
Can the Gulf oil gusher finally be plugged? It's a question BP engineers and government officials are trying to answer almost 2 days after they began shooting heavy mud into the blown-out well.
It's quite a roller coaster. Every time we start a new operation, we obviously believe it could be successful.
Officials hope to know later today if the so-called top kill procedure is working as hoped. But even as cleanup and containment efforts continue along the economically battered Louisiana coast,
we've been through hell and back.
Government scientists say the amount of oil already spilled into the Gulf is much more than BP's original estimate of 200,000 gallons a day. It's more likely 500,000 to 1 million gallons a day, up to 40 million gallons spilled so far, much more than the Exxon Valdez, now the worst oil spill in American history.
In case you're wondering who's responsible, I take responsibility.
During a White House press conference, President Obama defended his administration's response to the spill against increasing criticism that it hadn't acted quickly or decisively enough. He repeatedly said it's his top priority. But at the same time, he didn't know if the former head of the Minerals and Management Service had resigned or been fired.
I found out about her resignation today, so I don't know the circumstances in which this occurred.
Well, President Obama's trip to the spill area later today will be a relatively short one. We're told he'll be in Grand Isle here for about 90 minutes for a tour and a briefing by Coast Guard and BP officials. Maggie?
Don Teague, thank you very much.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.